What do you think about it?
Hello and welcome to this week's webcast. I'm Brad Klier.
And I'm Emmanuel Tobe. We have an exciting show planned, but first, let's step up to the box for the three strikes. Last week, the Phillies signed Bryce Harper to a 13-year, $330 million deal with a full no-trade clause. This is the largest financial guarantee of any contract in the history of baseball. Brad, tell me what your thoughts are about this deal.
I absolutely love it for the Phillies. Getting the average annual value down to about $25 million, mostly paid out at $26 million per year, $22 million in the later years. That 13-year term at first looks daunting, but using that 13 years to get the average annual value down, allowing them to have payroll flexibility as far as the luxury tax is concerned in future years when they want to extend Rhys Hoskins, give Aaron Nola the second contract in 5 years from now, go after free agents like Mike Trout in 2021. They have that flexibility and don't have to worry about the luxury tax as much because of the lower annual value.
I agree. I think it's a great deal for the Phillies. I also think it's a great deal for Bryce Harper,
Agreed.
who 13 years, as we talk, sounds daunting, but if you're Bryce Harper, what you want is security. You have a no-trade clause, so that means you get to pick where you go. You get to decide where you go if you get traded, if they try to. But that 13 years means that for 13 years, you know, unless something crazy happens, you're on this team and you have the security that you're playing for this team that you like, that you signed for, and I think it's a great deal, especially when you look at the money involved. You're looking at $25 million, as you said, about $25 million a year. I think it's a great deal for both parties. Both parties should be really happy with it.
And further on that, he beat Giancarlo Stanton's biggest deal ever at 13 for $325. And like you said, being there for 13 years, long time, he can recruit free agents. There's lots of benefits for him.
Oh, absolutely.
Last week, former Cowboys tight end Jason Witten once again became current Cowboys tight end Jason Witten as the Monday Night Football announcer left the booth to sign a $3.5 million deal for the 2019 season. With ESPN looking to fill a hole in the booth and the Cowboys filling a need, Manny, what do you make of this whole situation?
Oh, I kind of like the deal for the Cowboys. I think one thing about it is you look at Jason Witten and you're not getting this deal for all of the work that he puts on the field. You're getting this deal for Jason Witten, third down and short, and if you want to go play action, you want Dak to pass to someone who is a decent route runner who Dak has chemistry with. That's what you're getting this deal for. But mostly it's for Jason Witten, the leadership, and just, you know, everyone in the locker room, they like him, they respect him. That's really what you're getting this deal for. Someone who is a leader, who can lead this young team, and so that way they can try to make some moves in the playoffs and get somewhere.
I would say, look at the production the Cowboys got out of the tight end position last year. Not great. Jason Witten is older. Is he the player he once was? No. But you mentioned the leadership aspects. He is going to be an upgrade over what their tight end position produced last year. And if we looked really at when he retired, so to speak, and went to ESPN, I think the Cowboys wanted to keep him. I think they genuinely wanted him to be there last year. So, and you look at Jason Witten in the booth, I think it's interesting because now Greg Olsen, another tight end with Carolina, maybe he comes into that booth and replaces Jason Witten. I think that's going to be very, very interesting.
Oh, I agree 100%. And if you look at how he played last year, his last year, he was pretty good. You know, 5 touchdowns, 68 catches.
Witten?
I mean, Jason Witten, yes. Yeah. So I think he was pretty good. I think he's someone that this team can lean on.
Absolutely.
Star quarterback Kyler Murray did not participate in any drills at the NFL Combine. Murray was measured at being 5'10" and weighed 207 pounds. Brad, was Murray's decision to do 0 drills smart or kind of dumb?
It was genius, and I'll tell you why. He has not thrown a pass, he hasn't run anything, he hasn't done anything, and his draft stock is as high as it can be. Today is March 5th. Get that camera on here. Kyler Murray is going to be the first overall pick in the NFL draft by the Arizona Cardinals. By doing this, he does not have to show anyone anything because there's a downside to him doing these drills. What if he doesn't show the accuracy, velocity, situational poise that wants to be seen, that coaches want to be seen in these drills? His draft stock is going to soar just by being taller than people thought and by weighing more than people thought.
Absolutely. And yeah, when we talk about Kyler Murray, we talk about, I'm a Kyler Murray doubter. You know, he doesn't have haters, he has doubters.
Okay.
I have my doubts about how well he can perform, but
that's fair.
The thing about my doubts is it's not in how well he can do these drills, these throwing drills. It's in the tangibles of Kyler Murray, his size, and how well he can play in the NFL and adapt to the landscape of that.
That's a totally fair argument.
So what I'm
saying,
saying,
not arguing that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, so with regarding that aspect, him doing the drills, like you said, if he doesn't do well, you know, that could lower his stock. But if he goes out and balls out, I'm not going, wow, you know, he's proved me wrong. I'm looking to see how he does. You know, his height, him being 5'10", he has larger hands than a #1 pick Baker Mayfield last year. Things like that is what really stood out to me.
And if we mention the whole Cardinals connection, if Cliff Kingsbury really loves Kyler Murray to the extent that it's said that he does, that it's reported that he does, why does he need to do any drills? He's going to be the first overall pick. He's going to be a top pick in this draft. No upside for him doing these drills. Genius move to not do any.
Absolutely. That's all the time we have for 3 Strikes. But up next, I'll be joined by Will and Zach with a look at this NBA season's most disappointing teams.